Hey guys, welcome back to NEL Productions, and today I am ranking the top 10 worst horror movies. So the rules are that I have to have hated the films, and if you like any of these films, that's great. I just don't like these films personally. And if you enjoy these films more than I do, more power to you. So let's get started with the list. Number 10, Pet Sematary, the 1989 one. I reviewed this film last year in September, and I don't see the appeal this film has. I thought it was so boring and the acting was really bad, and I couldn't get into the film at all. This is one of the few exceptions that the remake is better than the original. Number 9, Bait, from 2012. Now, I know this is an easy target, but this film was truly awful, with some of the worst CGI I've ever seen. And I mean, it's about a group of people stuck in a supermarket with a bunch of sharks. It sounds like a ton of fun, right? No, it's not, because the film takes itself too seriously. And I think it should have just had fun with it. Number 8, Sinister 2, from 2015. I love the first Sinister, but this film was just so unnecessary and boring that I couldn't even enjoy anything about it. The only good thing in this movie is the two lead actors are fine in it, but this film butchers the awesomeness that is the first Sinister. Number 7, The Grudge 2020. Oh my god, how could a horror film be so boring? At least Sinister 2 had the tapes to keep me at least a little entertained. This movie barely kept me going. I almost fell asleep. This film cracked the case and made one of the most boring horror films I've ever seen. It's only like 90 minutes long, but it feels like over 2.5 hours long. It was just so unnecessarily gruesome, and for no other reason than to be gruesome. And I like myself a little gore in a horror film, but the way it was used in this film just felt so dirty and wrong that I couldn't even have fun with it. Oh boy, number 6, Doom Annihilation, from 2019. So I'm guessing the pitch was, hey, the Rock version of Doom wasn't that great, so let's make another Doom movie and make it nothing like the games. Yeah, I'll admit this. I've never played the Doom games, but my god, do I want to. But I've only seen some footage of the 2016 Doom and the new Doom Eternal game, which they look so awesome, but this film is so bad that it doesn't even have the entertainment level of so bad that it's good. It's just bad with no memorable characters or scenes. I barely remember anything about this film, and it makes me wish we had an actual good Doom movie. If only, right? Alright, number 5, Slender Man, from 2018. This movie did have some good scenes, like the library scene, but that's it. Other than that, it's just so boring and dull. The movie just exists to milk the story of Slender Man that died years before this film came out. It is very, very bad. Number 4, 47 Meters Down, Uncaged, from 2019. The first one was not great, so I had the slightest amount of hope it would be at least entertaining. But the film was boring and had no good scares or CGI. I mean, a fish freaking screams. What? Alright, number 3, The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death, from 2014. If boring had a film, this would be it. This film is nothing but false scares and the lighting is awful. You seriously cannot see a dang thing in this film. And this film was just so forgettable and boring, I almost fell asleep. How could I almost fall asleep in a horror movie? Number 2, When a Stranger Calls, from 2006. I've never been happier when the credits rolled in a film. Nothing about this film hooked me. I just prayed for it to end every freaking minute. This was one of the most difficult films I had to sit through. It wasn't like Schindler's List when the reality of the situation made me sick to my stomach or just couldn't watch it anymore. It wasn't like The Plague Dogs when the film is so traumatic and even thinking about it makes you feel bad. I was just so bored I wanted it to end. And before we reach the number 1, let's get over some dishonorable mentions real quick. The Forest, from 2016. Bad until the last few minutes that were legit creepy, which is why it's not on the list. Tourist Trap, a really dull horror film but had creepy effects and atmosphere, which is why it's not on the list. The Tall Man, from 2012, a film that gives the tall man to the audience, saying there is a monster that takes kids when they reveal that there isn't one around halfway through the film. And the rest of it was just boring, and I kind of phased out for a bit. Number 1 is Spiders 3D, 2013. This is my least favorite film of all time. This film has no entertainment value, no fun, no anything. It's just dreadful in every way, and I hate talking about this film, and I planned on reviewing it in the future, so I'll save my thoughts for that review when it comes out. But long story short, this is a truly awful movie. And that's my list. So if I missed a few movies, let me know, and let me know your list in the comments, and I will see you guys all next time.